Sir Stephen Fry and Aimee Lou Wood. So much for coming. Yeah, Mark. Pleasure to see you. You come up here, Aimee. You go there, Stephen. How lovely to have you both here. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
This isn't the first time you've met. I know you briefly worked together years ago, didn't you?
It's true. I worked with you on... Sounds strange. On sex education.
Wow.
Yes, we gave a demonstration to a classroom.
Oh, that was series 2, wasn't it? It was way back when.
Yeah.
Sir Stephen.
Yeah.
Sir Stephen Fry, you have become knighted, or have you actually...
Please, honestly, just Sir is fine. Yes, I haven't actually been knighted yet, quite soon. It is, I mean, I can't deny it's very exciting, and I think if you're going to accept it, you can't then be all British and pretend it hasn't happened and throw it off.
Yeah.
I don't insist people call me about it, of course, but it is quite exciting, I have to confess. It's just weird. Partly because I still think of myself, as most people do, as round about 15, when I was a disruptive, terrible child, expelled from schools, ended up in prison, a nightmare for my parents. So for my mother, I kind of, she's beaming like a lighthouse, as you can imagine, and finally feels that maybe I'm not such a screw-up as I was. They do... I was in a hotel in, I think it was in Oxford a week ago, and they give you something like this bowl of fruit, put it on your table in your room, and there was a little card, and it just said, Mr. Sir Fry. That's nice.
Are you a fan of the White Lotus, Stephen?
Do you know, I've seen the first 2 series. I have not seen this brilliant actress in it yet, and I can't wait. Set in Thailand this time, isn't it? That must have been thrilling to make.
It is amazing. And, like, people who are fans already of the previous series couldn't wait to see this, of course. I'm sure new people will find it just exciting, but there might be some out there who haven't quite yet got on board, and it's available on Sky, and now it drops on Mondays night, but you can catch them on Catch 'em as well. How would you describe the show to them? Because it's similar thematically to the first 2 series, but entirely different, or mostly different characters, isn't there?
Yes, it's always a new bunch of people at a different White Lotus resort, so this time it's in Thailand. But there are some crossovers from previous seasons. And, yeah, the themes are always pretty existential, but told through the vessel of these quite shallow people. So
yes,
it's a very...
We get the pleasure of hating the rich.
Exactly.
Who was it who said, if you want to know what God thinks of money, just look at the kind of people he gives it to?
I think it was Danny Dyer.
Was it? Can I just call you a genius? Because there's another thing. I was reading today an article, just by coincidence, not knowing that you were going to be in it, Vanity Fair. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And they wrote about your teeth.
Yes.
Which is... It sounds like a small thing, but you've obviously made an enormous number of people happy by not changing your teeth, which are... you know, they're notable.
They are.
Like my bent nose,
yes.
but yours are better. And you obviously had a time when some people would have said to you, oh, you should get those corrected.
Oh, yeah.
Awful word. But you stood up for them.
Yeah.
And they're part of your character. And all the roles you've played that I've seen you in, they've actually enhanced.
Thank you.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I kind of...
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. It's a real threat. I mean, I can't believe the impact my teeth are having. Because the Americans can't believe... But they're all being lovely.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like... I mean, I've seen all these videos just come up on my Instagram of, like, these orthodontists analysing my teeth and going, so what she has here is a... whatever the hell it is. I don't know what the hell it is. And they, like, dissect my teeth and say what's wrong with it, but then at the end go... but we don't think she should change a thing. And it's like, oh, my God, it feels so lovely after a real full circle moment after being bullied for my teeth forever, and now people are clapping in an audience because I've got these ashes.
Now people are going to go to sort of dentists and say, I want teeth like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you give them to me?
I'd hope that people don't start, like, filing their teeth so they have gaps.
Has anyone ever thought that you were wearing false teeth on the front?
100%. 100%. People have been like, they're real?
Did you ever study Chaucer when you were... or made to study it? The wife of Bath is one of the pilgrims in Canterbury Tales, and she has a gap tooth. And it was considered a sign of, shall we say, sexual heat to have a gap tooth. Yeah.
Well, I've got several gaps.
Hey!
So...
I'm going to show people a clip of White Lotus.
Okay.
But it's incredibly tense, and it tends to start slow the series and then get more and more tense. And you, of course, know the ending. But do you get people coming out and asking the ending, or do they want to keep it as a surprise?
It's painful, Jonathan. I have been sitting on secrets for so long. I have too much information. I have too much power. I don't like it.
Will you be
I want it to
relieved?
be gone. Oh, I'm going to be so relieved
Yeah.
when that 8th episode comes out, because it has been tough. Because people really, they want to know.
Yeah.
And I say, no, but then you'll be angry with me for ruining it.
They would
So
be.
just-
It's the kind of thing people... But I'm desperate to know. I can't wait for
I
them
know,
to...
I want to tell you.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't even know what it is that you don't know, Jonathan.
yeah. And you want to know, even though you don't know what you want to
I
know.
want to know, yeah.
Oh, my God, it's exciting. Here's a clip of White Lotus. As I said, this is the trailer, and it's on Sky on Mondays and Now TV as well. Look at it. I would say White Lotus, the White Lotus, all 3 seasons are some of the best, some of the finest television ever made in the history of TV. It's just incredible. You must be so excited when you got the part.
I was so excited. I was so excited, but also immediately didn't want to... Like, got the part, screamed, was so happy, and then went, I don't want to go.
I can't know what episode it's in, but it's already gone out, so it's not a spoiler, but it is if you haven't watched it. I think it's episode 3, where something happens with you and the man you're with and some snakes.
Yep.
And you get bitten by snakes.
I do.
And I saw in that sequence there were real snakes writhing around on the floor by
Oh,
you there.
yeah.
But then are you not scared of snakes?
No, I'm not.
So you wouldn't have had a problem. Was anyone on the set? 'Cause that would be a tough
Walton,
day.
it's his worst fear. And it's not the first time in his career he's had to interact with snakes. They're following him around, and it's genuinely his biggest phobia.
Yeah, because he plays your partner in it. He stupidly sets the snakes free.
He sets them free.
He's holding snakes in this.
Yeah, and he was honestly having panic attacks in between takes. He was having to really gear himself up. And then actually one nipped him.
Oh.
And he had to go to the hospital. And meanwhile, I'd putting full oomph into my run away from the snake, pretend snake. Yeah. I fell, cut all my, this side of my body open, was bleeding, and then, for the rest of the time, just had this big mark on my shoulder. So the snake day was quite chaotic.
Wow. But we're not blaming the snakes for that.
No.
Because you falling over was you.
That was me.
And him being bit... Oh, that was the snake.
That was the snake.
OK.
Yeah.
So you're a fan of the White Lotus as well? Are you watching that?
That's why I find this very strange. So, yes, I'm a huge fan. I'm blushing. And I'm obviously wanting to ply you with alcohol after to find out how it finishes.
Yeah.
Oh, and I will.
You will.
I know I
I'll
will.
tell you.
I know. You're dying to say it. I can see it in your eyes.
I'm ready.
Yeah. You want to get it off your chest?
Yeah.
Have you acted much?
Not well. No, look, I'm not an actor. I'm not arsed.
Hold it. You said not asked, or you can't be asked. You're not asked.
Well, sorry, both. Okay. I'm not arsed and I'm not asked. I have no training. I try, because if you're a comic, they assume you can kind of do something.
It's weird, isn't it? Like you're saying, because you're a comedian, they assume you can do it. And most people think they probably can do it.
Yes.
If they've ever fought in front of a crowd, and I'm sure that isn't just the case. And sometimes it's hard. What's the hardest thing you've had to do as an actor, do you think, Aimee?
It's something quite difficult. I did cabaret. I played Sally
Sally.
Bowles.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
But there was a particular bit where I had to drink raw egg mixed with Worcestershire sauce on stage and then carry on singing. And if you got the ratio wrong, if there was too much egg and not enough sauce, then you're claggy. And so for the rest of the time, your throat's going the whole way through the song. And if there's too much sauce, it's too acidic. So then your voice would hurt. So it was really difficult. And I was told, every Sally's done it.
Yeah,
every Sally has done this. They were lying to me.
What?
Oh! They were lying. There were people who had fake.
Oh, really?
Because there were vegans. There were vegan Sallys who were like, I can't have egg. So they got this special little, tincture, but I was really drinking this raw egg every night.
Were you woo-woo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm woo-woo.
Yeah.
Very woo-woo.
Yeah, I kind of guessed. You've got a woo-woo vibe.
I'm trying to be less woo-woo, but I'm pretty woo-woo.
When you say woo-woo, then you mean tarot cards? You mean crystals?
Yes, yeah. Well, not crystals, but tarot.
Auras?
Tarots.
OK.
Do you not like... I thought you would have been big
No,
on tarot
I'm
cards.
Hold it, were you
mad.
acting as someone listening to me then, or was that a reaction?
No, listen, no shade. I'd love to believe in it. It looks like great crack. But my take on it is, I have friends of mine who live and die by their psychics. And I'm like, Carol, I'm not being bad, but if your psychic was actually psychic, she wouldn't be operating out of a wigwam in a shopping centre. Do you know what I mean? She'd be in the White House. She'd be somewhere more important.
Yeah. Good point. What's your star sign, though?
Taurus.
This is quite, I have to say, this is quite Taurus of you.
I knew you'd say
because
that.
Taurus are very earthy and they're very practical.
Yeah, I am.
So they will question woo-woo
Yeah.
things.
What's your star sign?
Aquarius.
Oh, and are you a what one?
With a
would consider-
Scorpio moon and a Taurus rising and a Pisces Mercury.
Oh, you know what? I thought that.
Yeah.
And Stephen, while we're on this subject, and let's face it, this is groundbreaking.
Yeah.
What star sign would you be?
Do you mean which sun sign was in the ascendant at the moment of my birth?
If you like, I don't know what that means in relationship.
Well, they've moved since Ptolemy first suggested the Zodiac, so in fact, they're all completely wrong anyway, astronomically. But if there were a star or a constellation called Skepsis, that would be mine. I'm a
Stephen.
skeptic.
Stephen,
Yeah.
I asked you the simple question in the world. True to form, you have to make it about clever stuff.
What is it?
It's a matter of opinion in a way
Oh,
because
for fuck's sake! If you were looking in the Daily Mirror, which one would be about you?
it's cuspid. It's cuspid. It's right on the cusp of Leo and Virgo, slightly towards Virgo.
Amy, would you be any good? Do you think you would want to do one of those kind of challenges?
Absolutely not.
No?
No, I would be so terrible. But actually,
You would
today...
surprise yourself.
Yes, because the thing you just said about the mind...
Yeah.
Today I did a photo shoot where I had to do that... You know that thing where a tennis ball's on a string and you hit it and it goes round in circles?
Hold it, you mean swing ball?
Is that what it's called?
Well, you've got a pole,
Yes,
and you just...
swing ball.
How does this tie into
I'm
challenging?
going to tell you now. so I couldn't hit the ball because I've got... I've told myself I've got really bad hand-eye coordination.
Right.
But then there was one moment where I said to myself just before, what would Serena Williams do?
Yes.
And when I said that to myself, I swear to God, all of a sudden, I was
Wow.
amazing at swing ball. And so I know what you mean about the mind.
Yeah.
So,
So you had-
actually, I think maybe I could do it,
That
but
is-
I put limits on myself.
On a show like this, that's as close as we'll get to a genuinely inspiring story, ladies. That is, I think we need to say...